Are you tired of working too freaking hard? Well, I hear this all the time from entrepreneurs, and this is one of the main money blocks that I have discovered happens for entrepreneurs, is that they believe that they need to work hard to make money. So I wanted to talk about this today because this is coming up all over the place with the people that I get to work with and talk to. And I want to bring you a money belief exercise to help you stop working so hard. So if this is your first time here, I'm Dr. Amanda, the host of Max Potential Money, the founder of NFA Money. And this is your place each and every week to come for tips and tools to help you optimize your money-making efforts so you can make money doing what you love. So let's dive deep and help you understand why you might be stuck working so hard and not making the money that you want to make. Or maybe you're making a lot of money, but you're just tired of working really hard. I see this happen across the spectrum for all different types of entrepreneurs, and it tends to be something that comes up for people who are really smart. And I tend to attract people who are really smart. So if you're listening to this or watching this on YouTube, you're probably really smart. And the interesting thing about a smart brain is that you can do a lot of different types of things. High achieving people are capable and competent at doing all kinds of different things, which means that it's really easy to put a lot on your plate, and it causes you to take on too much and to focus on too many things. So if you are stuck with the money belief, well, let's first break this down. You have one of three money blocks. Either money is bad, money is scarce, or money causes stress. And if you want to discover which one is the top one that's blocking you right now, go to moneyblocksprofile.com and take this so that you can get your results and find out, and it'll give you a whole bunch of cool exercises to do, like the one that you're going to get today. This one, when we think about money, money is hard to make, tends to be either a scarcity block or a money causes stress block. And so what it will look like is, let's say you go money is scarce, you're gonna work your ass off because you're always afraid that there's never gonna be enough. So you will be someone who works, and is constantly afraid that there's never gonna be enough. So you'll take on several jobs. You might have a regular job and a side hustle. You might have multiple entrepreneurial endeavors. You might have a ton of programs and offerings in your current business, and it's because you've got the money is scarce mentality, and you go, oh crap, I've got to take on everything I possibly can to make sure that money never goes away, because there's never enough. So this can cause you to work too hard, okay? And I don't want you to have to work so hard to make your money. If you have the money causes stress money block that's more predominant, it might be that when you were a kid, you were told that you got to work hard to make money. I was reading T. Harv Eker's book recently for my mastermind. We were doing a book club in our mastermind, and it was really cool because he talks about how in school and in parenting, we often tell our kids, work hard, make money, get a good job, get a good degree, and then work hard the rest of your life, and then you can retire someday and be happy. And instead of teaching people, how can you work less and have your money make money for you so you can develop passive streams of income and have freedom to do whatever you want to do? We don't train our kids to think that way. So it's pretty likely that when you were a kid, you were told that you need to work hard. Like you were literally, verbally, directly told you need to work hard. On top of that, you probably watched your parents work really hard if you have this money block, and you saw that they had a struggle to make money and they worked hard all the time, and either they made a lot of money or they made very little money working hard, but they got onto that, I call it the treadmill of BS, where they just go and 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 kind of stay in the same place. Maybe the same place equals developing wealth, but being addicted to stress so that you're always going and trying to be superhuman and take on too much, and you never really feel very relaxed or very good. Or maybe it's that you were taught that it's righteous to work hard. Like people, this is a big one. I used to have this big time, like judging people as lazy if they didn't work hard, right? So if they didn't work hard, it meant they're lazy, and I didn't want to be lazy, so I had to work hard, which meant I have to earn my money the hard way, right? I've got to work all the time, so it looks like I legitimately made the money. And I'm certain that some of you out there are resonating with these things, because I hear it over and over again with the entrepreneurs I work with, where they go like, oh my God, yeah, like, what would it feel like to make easy money? So awesome. Passive streams of income are awesome. And I want to create that for all of you because I know what it's like to work really freaking hard for very little money. And I know what it's like to work really hard for a lot of money. And I also know what it's like to work less, play more, and feel good. So that's the mantra I want you to implement this week. Work less, play more, feel good. Work less, make more, feel good is the main one I use. And that's what I see happening in my business. I work less, I make more, and I feel good all the time. And my goal is to create passive streams of income where I don't need to work at all and I just play and I have choices about how to make my money. And I want that for you. I want you to break down this money belief because I'd be surprised if you don't have it somewhere. And remember, I've talked about this before where if you have a money block now that's predominant, you might have a different one later. So I would imagine that this is going to be something that you've faced at some point in your life or that you know someone who faces so you can help them work through it. And I'm announcing this tonight is the deadline for early bird registration for my Money Blocks Breakthroughs workshop. So this is a place where you're gonna write your money story before the workshop. We're gonna get together, we're gonna download, decompress, rewrite your money story in a group of other people who are doing the same thing. You're gonna learn manifestation tips, how to unblock your money flow, how to work through your money blocks, and then be involved in a community afterward called the Moneymaker Lab, the NFA Moneymaker Lab. So this is a really cool event. I'm gonna be doing this workshop every 2 weeks, but early bird registration for the very first one is tonight is the deadline. So if you wanna get in, you must go immediately to moneyblocksbreakthroughs.com. The link's in the show notes and in the description if you're on YouTube, moneyblocksbreakthroughs.com. Register, I want you there. This is gonna be awesome. And I'm gonna be doing this workshop every 2 weeks, but this is gonna be your only chance to get the early bird special because you only launch a new workshop once. So early bird special ends tonight at 11:59 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So if you're listening or watching this right now and it is Tuesday, June 22nd, then make sure you get on immediately and register because I want you there. Okay, so let's dive deep into the exercise. Get out your journal. If you're driving or running or something along those lines, come back and do this later, and just listen and start to reflect. But this is a really powerful exercise to do in your journal, and do it regularly until you keep digging into the layers of yourself and the money blocks that you have. And this one specifically, we're working on how to stop working so hard. So I want you to ask yourself, what must I believe to be true to keep working so hard to make money? What must I believe to be true to keep working so hard to make money? And I'm going to help you with some other questions to help trigger the ideas around that. Anytime we're doing something, it's because we have a conscious or an unconscious belief that keeps us moving in that direction and taking action in that direction. So if you're working really hard, you want to dig into the layers of like, what must I believe to be true? And things will come up like, I believe that you're lazy if you don't work hard. I believe that if you don't work hard, you didn't really earn it. I believe that you've got to prove your worth through hard work. These are some of the things that have come up for me and people I've worked with. So dig here, and you can ask yourself, like, what did my parents or surrounding environment, this could be like teachers, preachers, movies that you watched, your parents, what did they say to you about hard work? So for me, my parents directly said, you got to work hard. You know, like life is hard work. They always said life is hard work, which is such an interesting statement. And this isn't to beat my parents up. You know, they did the best that they knew how to do. I want you to pick apart the beliefs. Don't beat your parents up, but just pick apart the beliefs that got downloaded that you're playing out right now that you can let go of. You don't need to keep believing these anymore, but you're not going to be able to undo it until you start to get conscious of what you do believe. So what did your parents or surrounding environment say to you about hard work? And what did your parents or surrounding people in your environment or the surrounding environment model to you about hard work? So it might not be that your parents gave you direct messages or the people around you gave you direct messages. It might be that you watched people working really hard and you might have heard other people say to them, oh, you're such a hard worker. Great job on your hard work. Or oh, so-and-so is such a great guy. He's such a hard worker. Or so-and-so is such a great gal. She always is working hard. And that gets really revered in our society. And so you can download the subconscious belief that like you're not valuable unless you work hard, or you're not valuable if you're lazy. And lazy is a word that is subjective, right? Like laziness in me now, I go like, is it lazy to have my money making money for me? No, that's smart. It's just smart money and money strategy and wealth building. It's not lazy. Like I want to play more. I want to relax more. I want to have more fun. And for me, my work is play. So it doesn't mean I'm going to necessarily work less hours, but I'm going to feel really flowing and relaxed in it because I'm doing things that I love under the belief that I get to do what I love to make money, which is play instead of hard work, right? So some of this is the way that you construct the word work. I've been toying with using the word play instead of work, like, ooh, I'm going to play today, which is fun for me. Okay, so asking yourself that first question, what must I believe to be true to keep working so hard to make money? And then I want you to write 5 examples of people in your current or historical life who make easy money. And I want these to be real people, not imaginary. I want this to be people that you've seen who make easy money. Write down 5 examples. And the reason I want you to do this is because it's going to help you start focusing in the direction that it's possible. And I want you to really step into that idea of like, oh, wow, yeah, I know people who make millions of dollars in their sleep. Like, damn, that's awesome, right? Do you want that? And if you are blocked, when I say that, if that's something that comes up for you is like, I'm not capable of that, or like, what if then I'd be perceived of as lazy? Like, if anything like that comes up for you, know that you have money blocks and you need to come to the Money Blocks Breakthroughs workshop. Okay, so I want you to write down 5 examples of people who make easy money. Then next, I want you to implement the mantra, work less, make more, feel good. Work less, make more, feel good. And if that feels aligned for you, I want you to ask the question to yourself, how can I work less, make more, feel good? How can I make money doing what I love? How can I create a business that's more aligned with fun and play and less work and makes me more money? Always ask yourself the question. I have this on my board in front of me, so I'm looking over here. I always write down there is always more money, and there are easier ways to make money. Okay, so I always want you to be looking and tracking and training your brain, your reticular activating system, to track for easy ways to make money, because I promise you it doesn't have to be so hard. There are easier ways to make money. This, when you start to live by this mantra and shift your belief system from like, I gotta work hard to make money, to, ooh, there are easier ways to make money. How can I make money easily? How can my money making be more fun? You'll start to unlock your potential to attract to you easy ways to make money, instead of feeling like I gotta crack the whip and work my ass off, and oh no, if I want to make $1 million and I'm only at 100,000, I can't 10x my amount of work, and then you sabotage and you never get there because you're like, I'm already burnt out and exhausted. I don't want you to feel that way, and you don't have to feel that way. It's all in your mind, what you're thinking about your money beliefs, that creates your money reality. So remember, I always say your outer world is an expression of your inner world. If you don't like what you're getting on the outside, you've got to work on what's within. So if you're feeling stuck, like, crap, I'm tired of working so hard, and man, I just wish I could quit, and you're daydreaming about being on the beach and checking out for months at a time and just going like, God, I wish I could just stop doing this altogether, you probably have the money block that money causes stress, right? Because if you're doing what you love in your zone of genius, you're not going to need to escape what you're doing every day. Sure, you might go on a vacation and enjoy the beach and things like that, or you might go to the beach and play, in quotes, I'm putting this for people on the podcast, like play, so for me, like, my daydream day is like getting up in the morning and reading a whole bunch. I actually have my daydream day. I did it today. I got up early, I read, I wrote in my journal, I meditated, went on a run, did all this with my partner Abe. We had an amazing morning. Then I've been, work playing all day, been on podcast interviews, I think 2 or 3. I had clients, I've taught, I've done everything I love. I'm psyched, right? So I'm playing to make money. And then all of this is happening while I'm making passive streams of incomes through my investments. And it just gets better and better and better. And so I know you can break through this money block because I've done it for myself. And I'm not kidding. I used to be a person who would work 2 jobs, plus have 3 kids. I was in grad school. Like, I worked my butt off, sometimes 80, 90 hours a week. Like, it was stressful, and I really did have that belief system, like, you got to work hard to make your money, and I've got to prove my worth, and I've got to prove that I'm not lazy, and all of those things. So I want you to break through this money block so that you can make easier money, so you can work less, make more, and feel good. And don't forget, I want you at the Money Blocks Breakthroughs Workshop. So be sure to click that link and enroll and register. If you're watching this, this is really for the people who watch me right when I release this, because the early bird special only goes until tonight which is June 22nd at 11:59 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So if you're on this right now and you want to be there, click that link and enroll right now. I can't wait to see you there. Remember, if you're getting value out of these videos and these episode releases, make sure that you share it, take a screenshot, share it on social media, share it with your friends, leave a review, subscribe to the channel. If you're on YouTube, there's a little bell and you can click on it, and it's a notification link, so it'll notify you right when episodes come out. And yeah, that's all I've got for you today. I hope you have an incredible, amazing work less, make more fun play day where you do exactly what you love and attract more money your way. NFA money making high fives. Thanks so much for listening to or watching this episode of Max Potential Money. Be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and turn on notifications if you're watching on YouTube. Share it with your friends so we can build our NFA family. And if you're getting value from what you are learning here, you are definitely going to want to go to moneyblocksprofile.com. Again, that's moneyblocksprofile.com to learn your top money block that's limiting your income potential.